What's up, Libra? As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, my name is Mel, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. All right, so this is going to be the monthly tarot scope for October 2022, and this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So first, let's pick a card for the overall energy of the month for you. Oh, and where are my manners? Happy birthday, Libra. It is your season. It is your time to turn up. I wish you nothing but abundance, great health, wealth, joy, blessings, and love for this new revolution around the sun. All right, so happy birthday. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so we've got North Node, which says future. So it's interesting because when I was getting ready for your reading and shuffling the cards, one of the cards that came out was, I forgot what it was called, but it said discomfort. And immediately what I heard was like growing pains. So I feel like you guys are very future oriented right now. I feel like you guys are trying to figure out where you fit in, what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be going. And so most of your thoughts, and I think most of your energy is being focused toward the future. Okay. So many of you guys are taking stock of your lives. I have to say, for the Libras that I know, like personally in life, like this seems to be pretty accurate because I feel like a lot of them have sort of withdrawn a bit and are kind of figuring out what they want to do, what they need to do, etc. So I feel like that's the general energy where you guys are at this month. It's future oriented. It's thinking about the future, your purpose, where you fit in, what you need to do, what you want to do, who should be in your life, who shouldn't be in your life. It's like you guys are just doing sort of a life overhaul in terms of what you want your future to look like. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty of this reading. Let's see what we have. All right, first card out we have is the Queen of Wands. And this is all about being confident. So regardless of what your future looks like, regardless of what it is that you want to do, I feel like you're being urged to do it fearlessly. Like, don't play shy. This is not the time for you to sort of cower or to just like be shy or play small. I feel like whatever you're going to do, you need to do it in a major way. You need to do it fearlessly, and you also need to do it confidently. Like once you make it, I know you guys, it can take a lot sometimes to make a decision. You guys can see everything from all angles. So at times pinpointing a decision, pinpointing a side, pinpointing a stance can be a little difficult. But I feel like you are being urged to really be decisive about what it is that you want to do. Be fearless about it and just do it. Say it with your chest, basically. That's the energy that I'm getting right now. All right. Let's continue on. Let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. We've got the Lovers. So for some of you, this is about relationships. Like you're trying to figure out who is your partner, right? For those of you that are not currently partnered up, I feel like you've got sort of love on the brain. You've got this idea of what you want your love life to look like, what you want your partnership to look like. And I think that's what you need to be fearless about. This is not the time to settle. This is not the time to just be with someone for the sake of having someone around. I feel like this is the time for you to get very serious and very decisive on who you want to be with, like who you want, even if it's not a romantic partner, even if it's like your friends, the people that you have around you, your close, your circle, right? Your peeps. You're trying to decide who stays, who goes, who's important and who's not. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you are taking stock with respect to that in your lives right now. All right. Let's get another card here. We've got two. Perfect. Okay. So we've got the Page of Swords. And we also have the Four of Swords. All right. So some of you are, I'm hearing once bitten, twice shy. So I feel like with respect to your relationships, whether they're romantic, business, friendship, you know the deal. I feel like some of you have sort of withdrawn and you guys are really just observing. You're really looking at people through sort of a magnifying glass to see if you still want to rock with them, if they're still important to you, what value do they bring? Are these relationships equitable, right? Because you guys are all about peace, harmony, and equality in your relationships. So I feel like some of you have taken a step back because you really need to assess who you've got around you. I also see that with the Four of Swords, some of you are healing from some relationship. It could have been in the past. Well, Obviously, it would have been in the past. Doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, but some of you are sort of healing. Some of you are quieting your mind. Some of you are getting your mind right when it comes to relationships. I think that many of you may be reassessing the lessons you've learned in relationships, perhaps from shortcomings or mistakes or things like that. And that's why you've also withdrawn, because you're healing, you're getting your mind right so that the next go around, regardless of whatever kind of relationship it is, that you enter it from a different place. You enter it from a place of equality, peace, harmony, and most importantly, the future. I feel like whatever relationships you're re-examining right now, especially right at this second, because Mercury is still retrograde, about to turn direct tomorrow. But I think that you're entering October sort of thinking about the future with respect to relationships, but reviewing them, right? Like I said before. So you guys are really into figuring out what works, what didn't work, what you should change. You know, you understand what I mean. All right. So let's get some more cards here. All right, we have the 8 of Swords. This is telling me to sort of be easy on yourself. I think that some of you may be so when you're reviewing these relationships, you may be really hard on yourself with respect to what you didn't do right or what you should have done better. And you're kind of like mentally beating yourself up right now. And Spirit is saying, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. You know, we all make mistakes. We all have our own shortcomings. That's perfectly fine. The fact that you can recognize them and then use them as a lesson to move forward in, better is what's really most important. Okay. So don't beat yourself up. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. You don't have to mentally, I'm hearing some of you are like mentally abusing yourselves in a way. Like you're being seriously hard on yourselves. For some of you, I'm seeing that it's a particular relationship that you're thinking about a lot. Sort of obsessively a little bit. It's definitely consuming your thoughts and you're definitely trying to figure out what went wrong. I'm getting the sense that some of you are trying to heal because you want to mend this relationship. But again, don't be too hard on yourselves. Don't beat yourself up. All right, let's get some more cards here. Perfect. So we've got the 2 of Wands and we have Judgment. All right, interesting. So yeah, there's this energy of figuring out where you want to go. I have to say that the overwhelming energy of your reading is like, I want my future to look a certain way, so I have to make decisions right now. So I feel like October is going to be a month where you guys are I don't feel like you're making hard and fast decisions, but I feel like you're trying to figure out which path to take, whether that's in relationships. For some of you, I'm hearing it has to do with like school or like your, no, I feel like it has to do with school. Some of you, it may be school. What path do you want to take? What do you want to study? What things do you want to learn more about for some of you, right? But by and large, I feel like for you, Libra, October is really about figuring out where you want to be in the world, who you want to be in the world, what you want your world to look like, okay? But I definitely get this sense that a lot of you guys are trying to revive something, perhaps a relationship. With the school example that I was just giving, I think that some of you may want to go back to school. Some of you may want to pursue like higher education, like a master's or professional degree. Like some of you are really thinking about that. Perhaps your first go around with school wasn't the best and you've sort of taken the time to heal from that. And now you feel like you're ready and you're like, all right, I want to get back on the bike, right? But by and large, I feel like for most of you, this has to do with relationships. Like some of you really want to revive a relationship. Some of you really want that old thing back. And I can't blame you. We all get like that sometimes. We all have that special someone that even when it doesn't work out, we kind of want to rekindle that flame. And that's where I feel like you guys are this month, right? And especially with you being so future focused and future oriented, you're thinking about the long term with this person. So if you're looking to revive a relationship, this isn't a fling you're looking for. You're not looking to just have fun. I feel like you are serious. And that's sort of why, again, you've withdrawn because you kind of want to get a lay of the land and see, all right, how is this person? Like you're looking at them with a magnifying glass because you're like, okay, like, can I really have a future with this person? Is this person like, is this my person? Are we going to gel well together? Is this the relationship I've been waiting for? So I think that a lot of you are doing that sort of mental review in your mind this month. All right. But whatever you do, whatever you decide, say it with your chest, do it with your chest, do it big, be confident. Don't waver. This is not the time to cower and play small. Be bold in what you want to do. And I think you'll be just fine. All right. I think you'll be just fine. But again, do not beat yourself up, because I feel like there is, you guys are just really like hard on yourselves, and you really don't need to be. Okay. I feel like this month is going to be great. Again, I feel like relationships on the brain, and which makes complete sense, right? So at the time that I'm filming this video, the new moon in your sign is actually tomorrow. And that new moon is all about relationships. So my advice to you, if you're watching this on or around the new moon in Libra, is to definitely use the power of the new moon for manifestation to rekindle an old flame, if that's what you choose. If you're looking for someone new, the energy of that new moon is so conducive to that. So you're definitely going to take advantage. Okay. So I'm going to do some rapid fire. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Definitely going to pull some rapid fire cards. So it's going to be 3 cards. One for relationships, one for career and money, and one general message to close out the reading. All right. So your reading by and large is about relationships, but let's get a rapid fire card and see what else Spirit has to say about this. Oops, that one just flew out, but you got 2, so we'll take them. All right, so we have synchronicity, okay? And we've got quality time, all right? So this is about spending quality time with yourself. Spirit is like, all right, you're still in the assessing phase, right? I feel like if there's any action to be taken on the relationship front, I get the sense that it's going to happen more towards the end of October, not necessarily going into October, all right? So I feel like by and large for the month of October, it's about spending quality time with yourself. And it's definitely about looking for the signs. It's like once you decide where you want to go, who you want to be with, I feel like the signs are going to let you know whether you're on the right track or not. Okay. But if you're not spending enough quality time with yourself, if you're sort of still out there, not necessarily taking this whole thing seriously, I feel like you may miss those signs. All right. So it's about spending quality time with yourself and figuring out what you want and listening for the signs, right? Don't look for them. They're going to come regardless, but just be aware of them. All right. So that was relationships. So now let's get one card for money and career. Oh, all right, the cross. So in terms of money and career, I feel like this month may be a little difficult, but I feel like you've been going through some difficulty with respect to money and career for a while. And I feel like you're at the tail end of it. Okay. So if things have been unduly difficult, I feel like you're going to see a turnaround probably going into November. But I still feel like some of that pressure you may be feeling, maybe some of that overwhelm you've been feeling is still going to continue into October. All right. But you are equipped for this. Spirit is like yelling in my ear about this. You are definitely equipped for this, okay? And I feel like, again, this is about to end. So it's almost like you need to get ready because you're about to enter a new cycle when it comes to money and career. And I believe that that's going to be in November, all right? But although you may have been going through a very difficult time on the money and career front, know that it's almost over. Take solace in the fact that nothing lasts forever, and this overwhelm or this pressure that you've been feeling is going to lessen up soon. All right. So now let's get one last card with just a general message to close out this reading. All right. There we go. Yeah, we've got fork in the road. So like I said, I feel like there is this energy of having to make a decision this month. I feel like if I had to sum up your reading in one sort of thing, it would be in one sort of thing. If I had to sum up your reading in one phrase, it would be like, it's time to make a decision. It's time to be serious about making a decision, right? And once you make a decision, I feel like everything is just going to flow almost seamlessly, right? But you've come to a point where you can no longer split the fence. You can't sort of be half-heartedly in, half-heartedly out. You can't just be in a position where you're just trying to please everybody and you're not really doing what it is that you truly desire, okay? And I feel like October is about finding out what that is. For some, I feel like you're going to be figuring out what it is that you really want, period. Okay, so some of you are at the beginning stage of this decision-making process. You're trying to figure out what it is that you want. For those that know what they want, make the decision. Don't be afraid to make the decision. Be decisive, be courageous, be fearless in the decision that you make, and then just go for it, okay? But regardless, I feel like October is really a month for you to make some decisions, all right? And so that's pretty much your reading for the month. I think it's looking pretty good. Like I said, it's about making decisions. Some of you are healing. Some of you are going to discover a part of yourselves that you perhaps haven't addressed in a long time. I think that inner fire, that inner lion or lioness, I feel like is going to come out for you guys this month, which I think is great. All right. And for those that are looking to rekindle an old flame, the new moon in Libra is exactly what you need. All right. So definitely take advantage. All right, Libra, thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, that link is in the description box below. Thank you so much. Happy October. Happy birthday. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.